My camera got meshed up a little bit. I'll live with it later. You can see me. Hi, chat. If that is your real name. Let me pop chat out so you're not looking up my nose. Bring chat down here. So I can just look up over the game real quick. Okay. It's been a busy day. I've already shoveled the walk once, shoveled my porch, shoveled the sidewalk down to the sidewalk, and shoveled part of the sidewalk in front of my house. And I've already gotten this much more snow afterwards. And it's still snowing for another couple of hours. So I will shovel again tomorrow before I'm expecting a delivery tomorrow. I will shovel again before that delivery is expected to arrive. However, I would also completely understand if they decided to delay the delivery until Monday. I haven't heard yet. Anyhow, winter loot shenanigans here on Shadowdale. And let me grab my daily dice real quick. Not bad, not bad. Not bad. Okay, we've got our hireling good to go. Because I took care of that last time. We've got our thing here. Let's go take a look at our progress. I did actually stop by. I ran into the mist. Actually, into the mist I got a little spicy with it. Because it's a level 10 quest. I still ran it on hard at level 11. And let's just say the end fight got a little spicy. Because yeah. Yeah. It was spicy. But I survived because yeah. Hi Ravenwolf, how are you? Alright. I also just had to deal with a spammer in the university Discord. So I might just have to pull the trigger and flip the switch and disable posting until everyone clicks the icon. But I didn't want to disrupt the entire damn server of 3,600 people. Because apparently, the bot that I'm using for the server, which is the same one that is used in the official DDO server, so therefore I know it's got the provenance of having been vouched for, in essence, because Standing Stone had to have it legally vetted before they could use it. Just got your summer wings. Oh man, oh man. I'm all about the winter stuff because the blue. I do want to get the summer cloak. I do have plans to just grind probably Grim and Barrett or Into the Mist. I actually don't mind Into the Mist. People say, oh my god, that quest is so damn long. You have to kill 10 things and wait 5 years. I don't really mind it so much. But I do want to get the summer wings. I also want to get the winter cloak. That one's going to be hard. That one is going to be super duper hard. Because it not only requires you to be hardcore, which means you hadn't, but you also have to run Reaper to grind that one. So it's like, the cloak is not as hard to get as the wings. Okay. The cloak is on a lesser durability. We can actually see. Not you. This one. So my plan is get a character to level cap on hardcore. If I manage to get this character to level cap, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get this loot filled. But here's the idea, is to get the character to level cap first, getting through hardcore as best you can, and then start doing the Reaper stuff, because when I'm on level cap, I have 5 level 30 hirelings I can run with, including Rana, who's the best ever. And the way I normally run is I run with like 3 healing hires, Feywild Muse, Rana, and Albereth. And then I have 2 fighty hirelings, which is typically going to be Teal, and either the Scarecrow or the Shield Guardian. And I think I'll do better if I play a tanky character. I have a Dwarf Vanguard Paladin built just like Shrimtom's recent build that he posted in his Symphony of the Fae list of builds to play. But I think my main concern is I like having self-heals. So it's one reason why I like playing this character, is because she has enough levels in, well, almost, she's got like 1 more level of Favorite Soul to get before her Closed Wounds is maxed out, but she's got Closed Wounds, and it's sexy. And I ran the Favorite Soul Inquisitive build he did for Hardcore Season 9, and that went very well. But I wouldn't say that build is good enough to run Reaper 1 solo, even with hires. I was able to successfully do the Yesterhill quest on a pure level 33 Favorite Soul with the hires. But she has the power of like nuking everything from orbit, so she's like murdering multiple things at once. So I think I have a couple of ideas. One of them is to either go with the tanky Vanguard and just basically, honestly, I've got 2 auto boxes and I'm not afraid to use them. I've got the Heroic Auto Box and the Improved Epic Auto Box because I had points. So, but what I'm debating is if I want to take the Vanguard Fighter and boost them to cap, or if I want to take a brand new Blightcaster and boost them to cap. Because the main reason why I'm not running Blightcaster for this is because I need to do, as I'm leveling, is I need to do traps. His character is able to do her own traps, and it makes me very happy as I'm leveling. However, I probably should have thought this through. On the other hand, I don't want to waste an autos box on a character that I'm not sure it can survive a few hits, right? And Blightcaster can survive a hell of a lot of things, honestly. Except I haven't played a Blightcaster in Epics or at level cap. I played a Druid at level cap, but she also has died, anyhow, I was gonna go look and see where I am. So I still have the last quest of the chain and basically all those quests up that away. Blightcaster is a lot of fun. Once you get to level 6, Blightcaster, as long as you're not stupid and pulling the entire fucking dungeon, Blightcaster will just mow everything down. And it's hard for you to die. You like playing Druid? Been a long time though. Yeah, I have a Cold Druid over on Cormyr who's coming to Shadowdale whenever Standing Stone gets that fixed. And so we can transfer off of Cormyr. But part of the problem is I don't think it's not in Standing Stone's best interest to let people get off of Cormyr, but I want to get 2 characters off of Cormyr. Alright, let's go. Let's go cause some trouble. Got 4 quests left to do. I will not be having the curses enabled. I will dispel the curses on the final quest of the chain. Because I don't mind running with the curses active on a non-hardcore character. A hardcore character? Hell no. Hell no. Blightcaster is so much fun, though. You just drop Spike Growth and just drop some acid spells on people in Heroics. And once you get level 6 and you get Death Eater, every time you kill something, you get your wisdom score. Not your wisdom modifier, your wisdom score. You get this, not this, but this, the big one. You get that number of temporary hit points. And it just keeps going. It's stupidly powerful. I'm legit surprised they haven't nerfed it yet. Come on. Come on, game. Stop lagging. Okay, this does not make me happy. Here we go. Okay, we're gonna run straight for the quest so I can get them done. And then we'll take a look at what we're gonna do next. Because I am currently holding 11 at least. I might be holding 12. I don't really know. I've been running an XP pot. Currently 30%. And you would think that I'd be running my Reaper character. Because I do have a Summer Lute character who's been running Reaper. Actually, I started running with that Favored Soul, but I'm like, yeah, it's not quite as much fun as my PDK Paladin, who's been, like, just smashing everybody's faces off. It's great. Because she's got a good Dino Bone weapon. But the problem is, I found that she's not good at all with beating up. I'm not sure I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna go do Stone Crypt Chronicles. Yeah, I'd say try it out if you got character slots to spend. Or if you, like, you know, are on the TR train, you just try it for life and see what you think. So, it is cold and snowy where I am. It is always a lot of fun.
Kopru are too few and too stubborn. They can only be relied on to move the island. For other tasks, I call upon the pirates. Pirates are easily recruited.
Yep, you're getting my weather tomorrow.
Easily motivated with a handful of platinum and a bauble or two.
Did I go too far? No, I think I haven't gone far enough.
They care nothing about secrets. This defeated by their own slaves. The Kopru have retreated to the ruined temple atop the dormant volcano. From its depths, they control the island's teleportation.
I'm too far.
Steering the Isle of Dread to wherever I command. Thus the Kopru have descended from masters of an empire to mere servants. To create the teleporting island, the Kopru had made a bargain with certain powerful demons. Yet in time they had a falling out. The Kopru came to regret their bargain, as all those who deal with demons do. And so they turned to me.
Yeah, I was looking at the wrong thing. That was on me.
According to the islanders, gargoyles roost in the canyon ruins beyond this
Backlash,
weather-beaten
no!
gateway.
So we're playing this on hard. That's how I do. That's how I roll. That way, I'm not dealing with as many traps.
Behind the waterfall just ahead,
and things are not as
you
difficult.
spy a large door embedded in the mountain. That must be the entrance to the hidden crypt, the location of the missing tomb, and the lair of this canyon's tribe of gargoyles.
Okay, I'm noticing a couple of drop frames. XSplit looks a little bit weird. Let me take a look at the playback. Is it getting a little bit framey for you guys? Because I did switch my ingest server to kind of keep things, because I noticed the one in Ohio kind of sucks. And I got about 6 inches of snow, something thereabouts.
The beast pauses in its patrol and leers at you as you approach. Before you can lift your weapon, it charges at you. The beast roars in pain as your blow steals its final breath.
Let's go do the three crests. So I did like a first shoveling of the snow this afternoon, and though last night I had actually gone in and like super late, like 4 in the morning last night. I was like, oh shit, we're gonna get like 4 to 6 inches of snow tomorrow. Hell with that. I'm gonna go put the car in the garage, which is what I did. It was cold, as one might expect. I'm noticing that there's a lot of textures not loading right. I don't know if I want to actually do the optional for this, because the pterodactyl legs is a pain in the ass. No, screw it. Stormlost! Stormlost is taken to sleeping on the floor. And I don't know why. So I have a new trick to get her attention. USB cable. And I've captured myself a scamper. Hello. Scamper, I can't see. She literally parked herself right in front of the screen. I can't see what. I'm kind of leaning around the cat. Yay, we did it. Here's Scamper. Oh, Scamper is very interested. And this is how I get Scamper to get away from in front of my TV. Come on, Stormlost. So I must have a kitten cattin. You must have a kitten cattin. Oh, even Skittish has come to play. You have to be careful with this USB cord. You're gonna start working on your winter wings now. You have to make a character probably a trap of some sort. Yeah, if you're going to level, yeah, I can't have you clawing this, you silly kitten. Now, where's the actual rope you guys had? Because there is actually a piece of rope that I should have brought that to the table. Come on, Stormlust. Stormlust is looking at it. Stormlust. Why is it whenever I don't want her to be running around, she's all over me? Oh. We have a kitten cattin. Okay, don't be chewing on my cable. This is how the cats chew on my cables, too. Okay, you're up here. He's like, no, let me go. There you go. Alright, back to the quest. We have had our official Stormlust visit.
Open the door into a dim and fusty chamber. You spy one of the crests you're looking for in the back of the room, locked behind a gate.
And yes, we are going to do the optional in here. Because I have the helmet that will let me do the thing.
The last rune in this puzzle glows to life. Then water elementals form in the water below.
Hi, Scamper. Come here, Scamper. I'm gonna pick you up. Speaking of kitties who don't want to be here. Hi, Scamper. Scamper doesn't mind pets. She just wants pets on her own. And she's not happy because her tail was flicking down below, and Stormlost was batting at her tail. All right, let's go for a swimmy McSwim. Now this character is going to be really good at this because she's got underwater action because I got the Fire Mouth's helmet on. And I already had an underwater action item before. So all you need is this lever. However, if you are a trapper, or... because unfortunately using hirelings underwater is not good. You can't, it's really not something you can do very well. Unfortunately. There's an optional up here.
You open the door, still catching your breath from the long swim. The air in the room feels unnaturally cold. Suddenly you hear a shriek. A group of undead rise to defend their final resting place. The undead creature succumbs to your attacks.
Extra loot dimension door. Gonna put you back in the room where you was before. So one of the things I did check is I checked all the servers before I started the stream.
Crest of the monkey.
We are still on Cormyr, and Moonsea are on Blue. Blue Hearsome, still writhing in pain. And Shadowdale and Thrain are both at Green Hearsome, just kind of floating. Alright, we got our crest. Yeah. If I decide to get all of the pterodactyl eggs. Because that's only just for XP, you don't get an extra chest for it. So I want to be careful about wasting time going for extra things for just for XP rather than getting things for loot. Alright. I don't know, kids. Are things looking a little bit framey to you? Let me know. What are you all fighting? Because I'm seeing it being framey in, well, sometimes framey in, but it might actually just be this quest. I've heard this quest also has an issue with frame rate and whatnot. Alright. Seems like it is a bit, yeah. I think it actually has to do with this particular quest. Because one thing I'm noticing is there's a lot of textures. Like this texture right here. It's super duper, so something happened with this particular quest, I think. So I'm going to try to hurry it up so we're not, you know, having to deal with this too much longer. So I don't think I'm going to worry about the rest of the pterodactyl eggs. Because you don't get an extra chest for it, so I don't need to worry about it. Was it down here? It was. Said I wasn't gonna bother with pterodactyl eggs. First thing I do, bother with pterodactyl eggs. That's what I do. See, if I were playing a Blightcaster, these would already be dead by now.
You stumble into the den of an Ettercap and its arachnid companions. A crest is blocked by a large web. Your final strike fails the Ettercap, opening your way to the crest. Okay, now we need the one that's up top. Yeah, it's this central area that seems to be the most terrible. Okay, I need to go up there. Come on. Ah! That was smart of me. Man, there's 2 eggs right there.
I thought there used to be one in here. Anywho. Time to go play with the mummies. Time to go play with the mummies.
You find yourself in an old mausoleum. At the back of the room, you spot a crest atop an altar. You pick up the crest of the octopus. You managed to defeat the mummy and its army of undead. Now you may leave this place one step closer to your goal.
You know me, breakables. Breakables. Okay, one thing I didn't mention is I did say I was going to do a points giveaway. We need to get some more people in here to make it a bit of a contest. Okay, I can just finish the quest now or go hunting for the other 6 eggs. We're gonna finish the quest now because this framiness kind of sucks. There's one down there. Don't get tempted. Let's just get the quest done, Druid. See, I fell to the rock. It's not as framey on my side of things.
You can see that this door is locked with 3 crests. Surely you will find them hidden somewhere in the canyon. You slot all 3 crests into their place, opening your path forward into the crypt. You finally arrive inside the hidden crypt. You take a moment to rest before continuing your search for the artifact.
What did you drop? A bastard sword of stunning. Ooh. Alright. Did we get ransack? We got vandal bonus. It is 5% that we're leaving on the table if we don't finish our ransack, though. On the other hand, once I'm ready to take 11, I can then start on, is it level 8? Chilla Lamortia, actually. That should be some good fun. Sometimes you do these quests often enough, they kind of blend together as to what you think the end will be.
You emerge into a crumbling ruin, the gargoyle's lair. When the beasts see you approach, they rouse themselves from their slumber and attack.
I don't know, he doesn't look like he's attacking. Finally, he woke up.
The last of the gargoyles shatters into dust. Now you are free to search for the treasure without danger. A secret door slides open, revealing a hidden cache of treasure, along with the book you've been sent to find. You take the book from the pile, and also help yourself to any other valuables that catch your eye.
Nothing good though. Alright, let's get out of this lag place. Ay, ay, ay.
According to the islanders, gargoyles roost in the canyon ruins beyond this weather-beaten gateway.
And are we gonna try to beat up on the purple boss? No. We are going to do the quests and get out.
A steep path leads up to an overgrown ruin. The local bullywugs have transformed the ancient structure into their home.
Okay.
You make your way into the massive, decaying structure. While the engravings on the wall show the structure was built by the Kopru, the smell tells you that the current inhabitants are bullywugs.
Doing Chill of Lamortia will be interesting for a hardcore run because I'm not quite as familiar with the quests as I am a lot of these other older expansions.
The door opens, revealing a large chamber. Have you found what you seek?
Not exactly.
The monolith begins to hum with energy as you approach it. Your hand passes through the monolith as you reach out to touch it. An illusion. Before you can react, the floor gives way beneath your feet.
To be fair, you can just walk through this, but the problem is... I do like that pinging sound. Alright, we're in a safe place. Let's do the thing. Got him. And we are now 458 on our thingy.
A large bullywug gurgles in alarm as you come near.
He got me down almost to halfway health. Put helm. Oh wow, the Blightcaster that I'm running on Reaper right now. Could have used that.
This spacious chamber is strewn with what must be bullywug huts. A series of platforms rise above the floor. Two large wheels with a series of sigils adorn the far wall.
Let's go get these guys first. Up. See, I believe the frame rate stuff should be better settled than it was before. Because this, of course, doesn't have the same issues that Stone Crondle. What are they leaning up against? It's like they're standing there with like they're leaning like one leg up against the other one. Hello? Somebody up here. They're shooting the bad guys. There's one nice thing about playing a ranged character like this is that you can murder things halfway across the map.
As the lever is thrown, loud clicks can be heard from the two large wheels.
And this is nice if you want to actually know what colors are which. So purple, and they generally use the same colors all the time.
As the last sigil rotates into place, the sound of doors opening echoes off the stone walls.
Okay, trap above. Oh, crumbs. I always mess that one up. Every goddamn time. Even when I know it's coming, I mess it up and jump in the wrong spot. Every single time. One thing I hate about this is these guys take way too long to activate. So, like, you can't even shoot them until you're, like, right on top of them, and then there's no way to, like, stealth past them. You have to not run these quests so much, so you're always messing them up? Yeah. I mean, I run them fairly often, and I still mess them up. Gospel was slain at level 6. So much for the gospel. Like, I would want to shoot that shaman first. I identified him as a shaman. But he didn't activate when the other dudes did. So I can only get this guy down first because the other ones didn't activate. And I mean, yeah. Sometimes you can activate somebody by shooting them, and they will suddenly get aggressive or whatever. But sometimes you have to just stand right up and then they'll activate. Alright. I think I'll have the higher shrine. Teal is the cutest when Teal shrines. Curls up into a little ball. No, this quest. This one gets spicy.
As the lever lowers, several of the flame jets sputter, then deactivate.
Not enough of them. Loot. Extra loot. How are my bags doing? We got plenty of bag space. Plenty of bag space. Okay, another danger. And I remember this one. Everybody stay here. This one is based on, like, this line right here. Except I was wrong. Ow. I wasn't quite right. So I know exactly what it. Ay, ay, ay.
A bulky bullywug menaces you when you approach.
He's not menacing me. I'm gonna have him send in the clowns. So there. Hello, Sapphire of Shadow. Oh, hello. Biting heavy bow of double shot. It's a level 6 item though. I'm actually using the Barovian weapon. So the double shot is nice. The Sapphire of Shatter will actually be really nice for the Vanguard. Ooh, he dropped an extra chest. Give me extra loot. Hi, Scamper. Stormlost went back down to curl up under the table. That seems to be her usual spot now during stream. I think we're okay without the shrine. Oh, this hallway can be a little bit fun. Because of those. Oh, crap.
A large bullywug barks orders to its comrades. As the bullywug falls, a hum of energy comes from the doors at the far end of the chamber.
I like the bronze living statues. I don't know why. I just like them.
The real solid monolith stands before you, resonating with magical energy. As you
Magical energy.
attune to the monolith, powerful magics radiate within you. This enchantment will help protect you from the curses found in the Kopu Temple at the island's heart.
A steep path leads up to an overgrown ruin. The local bullywugs have transformed the ancient structure into their home.
Okay, next quest. Time to play with some pirates. This is the one where you need to have a trapper. It's not a request. It's not a suggestion. You need a trapper.
The last of the pirates holding Doran captive have been defeated. Doran waits for you to come speak with him. A group of pirates surrounds a man matching the description of Doran of the Hawk. When Doran looks up from his forced labor, noticing you approach, his face glows with hope. Doran says that to get inside the pirate camp, you'll need to sound the camp's alarm, then fight your way past the guards. Once inside, you'll need to find the Commodore's hut, where the monolith is kept. He also said that many islanders have been captured by the pirates, and asked you to free them.
We'll free the pirates! I'm a hero! You sneaky! I always wind up missing one of the captives every single damn time I do this quest.
The gong rings out. The massive gate nearby pushes open as guards rush out of it. With the gate guards defeated, the inner compound is yours to explore. Time to find the Commodore's hut.
Dun, 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 dun. I'm looking for the... Yeah. I'm back here. We want to get that one extra chest. Hello. I like how soon these are happening now. This is definitely very nice. Oh, we got a wolf. And we are now 468 out of 2,000. Not so bad.
This totem radiates malevolent energy. Destroying all of these will remove the evil enchantment from the waters of this cove.
Purple water bad. Don't jump in the purple water. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Worse things will happen to you than what happened to the folks in Jonestown who drank the Kool-Aid. So some people use that as a joke. There's actually a real historical event that happened involving spiked Kool-Aid. So it's some serious heavy shit. So I don't recommend reading it as a lark or treating it as a joke. You know, if you're going to mention it, you definitely want to be aware of the historical facts of the matter. It was the only time a sitting U.S. senator was killed while on duty. Now, there's a lot of people who actually don't know the historical, the history of Jonestown and the whole 9 yards. They just heard the joke, don't drink the Kool-Aid, and they don't know why. Hey! My UMD check passed that time. Sweet.
As the final totem is dealt
Ooh,
with,
nat
the
20.
haze over the cove fades.
Natty
It's
20.
safer to enter the water now.
Kitties are fighting. Unfortunately, you can't get hirelings to do this. So it's got to be you. And you can use whatever means to open a lock, you know, if you got like, you know, melt lock if you're an alchemist. You just can't use a hireling to do it. It kind of bites. Sometimes the targeting in this game is very, very weird.
A single pirate stands inside the taming pen, surrounded by dinosaurs, cowering in fear. When he spots you, he shouts a command. The dinosaurs jump to obey. Tamer Zahn expires with a whimper. These pirates won't be taking advantage of any more trained dinosaurs from now on.
Yeah. Need to find 3 more islanders. Extra chest. Yoink. This feels so satisfying. Ha ha!
As you approach the Commodore's hut, a pirate with a commanding presence appears. When she spots you, she quickly locks the door behind her and commands her guards to attack. You've defeated Captain Kira and her guards. You
Kira
retrieve
Knightley.
the key and unlock the door she guarded. The way into the Commodore's quarters is clear. The Commodore has stashed the monolith that you are here to find somewhere inside this place.
Get out of here.
After pulling the lever behind the bar, a
Aha.
door nearby grinds open.
We're gonna get all the islanders this time. Sweet. I don't need to rest. The others too, though, they don't need to rest really either. One would argue it's a sad time now, too. So you can't just be rushing down this one. Unless you can survive all the traps. And the mobs. You want to be careful. Pay attention to your trapper. And this last one is the rough one. Because there are 2 trap boxes and 3 traps.
Commodore Elena snarls as you enter the cave. You won't lay a hand on the monolith or a single coin of my treasure.
Ya
Prepare to
think?
join my crew as a walking corpse.
I
Commodore
don't
clicks
think
her tongue in
so.
frustration before calling for her tamed beasts. Even more visibly frustrated, Commodore Elena draws her blade, summoning forth undead to assist her in battle. The Commodore collapses, defeated. The magical barrier blocking the access to her treasury fades as well. The monolith lies
What are you
within.
doing? Like there's something, it was, I don't know, something was in that wall.
You've attuned to the monolith. You're one step
No,
closer to
somebody was
bypassing
killed
the
by Whisper
curses protecting
Doom.
the Forbidden Temple. One step
No!
closer to leaving the Isle of Dread.
No! Poor soul. Alright, let's get some loot. We ain't got shit for loot tonight. That's okay. Oh man, somebody named their character Frog? That's a good name get. It is indeed a good name get. Okay, we have 2 more quests to do, I believe. Yeah. I have to admit, I love the sound that horses make when they run across this, because it's like their horseshoes are clacking against the bamboo. It's really cool. All right, let's go see if what's his face is up. Yes, he is. Hello. How are you? Wakey, wakey. Ooh. Hello. If you like negative healing stuff, there you go. Let's lock that so I don't forget to do so. Also remember, moats can indeed spawn in the wilderness.
I set about collecting some of the remains of this codex, attempting to disguise this by employing a dim-witted denizen of the Feywild as my proxy. To my surprise, I was thwarted in my attempt, not by another god, but by inhabitants of this strange new world of Eberron. Thwarted by mortals.
I have no idea what you're
This
talking
was
about.
the most intriguing thing of all.
I have no idea what you're talking about there, Vecna. No idea whatsoever. Not a clue. Nope. Okay.
Marauders are camped around the crumbling ruins, summoned here by an ineluctable, acrid voice
I'm so
inside
happy
their heads.
that this guy has been able to
Whispers
do
the voice.
voices for DDO for over a decade. Hi, Scamper. Yeah, but this guy's been doing voices in DDO since the harbor. Like, super early. And I was so happy to hear his voice in, you know, this is a fairly, I mean, this expansion is a few years old, but still, getting regular work and, you know, being the DM of a game, like, yeah, he's a great, his voice acting is so good. Okay.
While footprints in the dust show recent activity.
I mean, I love the theremin in this expansion.
Has been neglected
This
for
quest.
many years. Moss grows on the walls, and an olid smell seeps in from deeper inside the complex.
An OLED smell. Oh my god, that's a wonderful phrase. OLED smell. There's danger. I rolled a 1 and still succeeded. And made my save against that one. Let's make sure there aren't any lurking around that I missed the search for. Nope, we're good. Rolled a 1 and still managed. Because I'm that kick-ass. And survived the trap, yeah. Survived the other one. Bill Champagne had a little bit too much fun with the soundtrack on this game. In this one particularly. I love it when he brings in the theremins. Oh my god. And I would like to point out, is as far as I know, in all the work he's done for Lotro and DDO, he's only had real musicians twice.
Cease your flailing. You need not resist. The voice whispers.
One time was in... They're both in Lotro, unfortunately. He has not had a real musician do any of his compositions in...
We will rule once more.
Wait. It said a moat was near?
The distant
here it
sound
is.
of metal tells you that a door has opened elsewhere in the complex.
So in Lotro, if you play the wedding of Aragorn and Arwen, or go to Midsummer Mist here anytime, actually. There is a vocal of a lady singing soprano, and also her playing violin. And that's Tara Catallo, and she did the one time. Bill had a real live musician, because all of his other stuff is basically musical libraries. So those are also real musicians playing real instruments. No AI bullshit. And that's one thing Standing Stone, like anytime anybody rolls into the two official Discords, say, well, you should just use AI for that. Standing Stone kind of does this to people. They don't say so outright, but they don't. They're very much a humans first. Use the humans, don't use AI. No generative AI in their video games. And they kind of get pissed off when people make that suggestion. You should use AI. Fuck off. The other time was if you play Lotro and you go to the character generation, the care gen screen, and you go to play, like you select the Mariner class, and you play the intro movie for the Mariner. It's like, here's a little video clip about this class, and there's a piece of music that Bill had written ages ago for the Belfast housing area, and the piece features a flute, and the flute was a real musician, a real live musician playing it for real for that performance. And it was Cordova, the community manager. We have gotten Cordova to play his flute on the Extra Life live stream a couple of times when he was on. Well, he hasn't done it in a few years. I should ask him if he'd be willing to try again or do it again sometime. It was basically an unlock we had gotten. This is back before he stopped doing quote-unquote stunts as part of the Extra Life campaign. Because the next quote-unquote stunt we had him do was 1 year. I was like, hey Cord, if we raise $20,000, will you wear a kilt to the next PAX East meetup? Let's just say he shouldn't have said yes. Because he wound up wearing a kilt to the next PAX East meetup. You remember that? Yeah, that was me. I instigated that shit. That was me. That was me! Hi, Mama Cat. Mama Cat is being weird right now.
Your feet slide on the lubricious pavement. A chest sits in the corner, apparently untouched.
I should have made the floor where you slid around. That would have been fun. Celebrated. What's celebrated? Ooh, charisma item. That could be useful to a paladin. Can't go in there yet. And of course, it's just... I can't leave parts of the map untouched. I have to open all the doors. Let's get at the Hyrester Shrine. And so because Cord is not a kilt guy by nature, and I wanted to make it somewhat palatable to him, is I custom made him a kilt based on Atari 2600. And that was how I got to meet his cat. Because I had to do a custom fitting and I went to his house. I got to meet his kiddo too. Because it was during spring break. And so yeah, it was black and had... I found this really cool teak wood...
The voice
a
says,
teak wood fabric on Spoonflower of all places.
Your life will be devoted to this cause.
And that acid debuff is not nice. It took long enough for him to trigger. Sweet, I didn't actually use the shrine, so I can just use the shrine to get rid of that charisma hit.
The pull of the lever is followed by the sound of a door opening in the distance.
had pockets, and he decided to use an XLR cable as a belt. Because he's a dork. And we actually did a photo shoot of the kilt, and he was wearing, like, you know, it was a standing stone thing, and he had a pair of goofy ass gaming sneakers on, and these tremendously tacky Argyle socks. Pockets on kilts are amazing. Basically, I made a whole series of custom kilts for a few years back in the day, and I made one for Landmark, I made one for Wildstar, I made a steampunk one, was my first one that I ever made, and that's how I learned that kilts are best with belt loops, just saying. For those of us who aren't real Scottish people and don't know how to hold up a kilt proper, like. And I did 2 Warcraft ones, one for Horde, one for Lions. And Will Wheaton's wife, Anne Wheaton, she put googly eyes on the Alliance symbol that I put on the Alliance kilt. And the adhesive on them is really good because they're still there.
Mesmerized members of the Sea Turtle clan stand in the clearing, tended by marauders. The voice murmurs, "Bring us more. More! In times long past, every refractory soul on the island belonged to the Company. So it will be again."
The next one you want is the brand new tartan that commemorates the victims of witch burnings in Scotland. It's mostly black with red stripes. Ooh. That's a very nice tartan. I think if I were to make another kilt for myself, mind you, I would probably make it in my colors. Like the colors over there. Deep sapphire blue, a little bit of flame design. Either, what I might do is I actually have a skirt that I made it was an elven dress back a long time ago when I was a slightly smaller person. And I made a design on the hem of the dress, which is now a skirt. I basically cut off the parts that no longer fit. And it's this rich sapphire blue, and then on the bottom hem is just simple silver in a flame design, and on the front I made the phoenix design similar to the one that's my avatar. And so what I would do for this particular kilt is first I would probably make it a little bit longer. If you remember the long-ass kilt that Ncuti Gatwa wore in his final episode as Doctor Who? Well, actually, it wasn't just the last, but the one that seemed to be almost not quite a dress, but it definitely went down. So crafty. Well, see, the thing about being crafty is... was there a shrine here? No. There's one in the previous stream. I'm not going to worry about it. Is you just gotta practice. It's like art. You just gotta practice it. Anybody can be crafty. It's just, it does take a lot of time. It took me about, I don't know, 4 months working on it on and off to get Cord's kilt done. Or no, hold on. We did the campaign in October, November. And I think PAX that year was actually in February. I think. I couldn't remember. But it can also be expensive. Especially crafting materials for like kilts and whatnot. Oh yeah, this is not But I would probably take that design that I originally did. I did that design so many years ago, and make a new version of it and put it on a kilt, along a kilt. But I think the kilts that I made were really, really tough, but they also seem to weigh a lot. The last one that I made for myself, was vaguely inspired by elven filigree, and vaguely inspired by Lord of the Rings Online. And the way I make kilts is it's a front and a back, and sandwiched in between those actual cosmetic appearance, like the stuff that you actually see, well, unless you're looking inside, is I use a layer of duck cloth or 2 layers of duck cloth. And I realized with the elven kilt, 2 layers of duck cloth was actually a little bit too much. But that one was really cool because the design was actually, the filigree was made just by stitching. Not quite embroidery yet, because I can't do embroidery. But the notion of embroidery is just using the sewing machine to curl down into the shapes I'm trying to make. And then I sewed on these little glass beads, little glass teardrop beads. The problem is they were so fragile that anytime you smacked up against something, they fell off. They would break. And it was very sad. But while it was new, it was very pretty. But I think if I do make another kilt sometime, I would make the Druidsfire Phoenix Blue Silver one. Alright, let's go.
One final Kopru stands in the shrouding mist of a waterfall. We all will not be watered by finger. Join the bridge. Submit to what must be.
I don't think so, you fucker. Yes, you will.
Then the whispering
Hi.
stops, and all you hear is falling water.
Interesting. I haven't seen that drop before. And that's really the thing is, when I did the crafting of that kilt, you can't find the videos anymore because I took them down, because there was a point where Cordo, I'm not sure he was very happy with it, or there was some drama with it, so out of respect I took it down. I think I am going to we're gonna run to the town to sell things. We're not gonna recall out. I'm just gonna go over to the Tabaxi village. I called it the Kiltoning. And I basically sewed it all upstairs in my craft room. The thing right now is it's really cold in the craft room. So sadly, my house used to be warmer back then. It's not that warm anymore. Okay, you're not home. I'm going to do a quick run of the rares as we go through. The ones that are close to where we're going. He's not home. I've noticed that something happened with the foliage in DDO. I put in a ticket when I noticed something with certain bushes in Keep on the Borderlands. Basically, Monoflare, this is similar to a Dwayne situation. There also was a similar Dwayne situation.
I placed an enchantment on the island that would raise any human who died there as undead. This neatly solved the Kopru's labor problem. And yet they were not grateful.
No.
The Kopru acted As if my undead servant, the Kopru, asked me to deal with their little slave revolt. I declined, having no interest in their petty squabbles. Besides, the Kopru had betrayed the demons before. No doubt they were now planning on betraying me. Best to keep the Kopru weak and firmly under my control.
So for Ravenwolf's edification, what happened was, once upon a time, Lotro had a bug where they were basically doing some landscape cleanup and using some procedurally generated rocks and whatnot. And these rocks had physics. So you couldn't, like, ride through them or something. You know, it's like this tree. I can't ride around the tree. I have to go around it. The problem is, Lotro has stable masters and basically flight paths.
Their colorful tints billowing in the breeze. The creatures don't seem to be worried about attacks from beasts or marauders. No doubt the Isle of Dread has learned to fear the Tabaxi's claws.
Rawr. But they have basically stable masters who can take you from point to point on fixed pathways. And there was this rock that suddenly appeared right in the path of one of the things. And so it literally blocked people from going to a certain place. Though people could just, like, dismount and ride the regular way. But the whole point was to be AFK while you're doing it. So it was a thing. So what happened was the community embraced this. Oh, I said I was going to keep that, didn't I? I did. I was going to save that. And they called the rock Dwayne. Because, of course. And eventually they had to fix it, and it was like the very next week. And some people are like, no, you should figure out a way to make the stable go around it. This should still stay here. And I'm like, yeah, no, it's cute, it's adorable. The community was having a bit of a lark, deciding they loved it. But this really can't stay, honestly. I understand Standing Stone being, you know, firm and saying, no, this has to go. And the community being the community is like, aww, please, it was so much fun detective. But, you know, I'm a Standing Stone on it. It's like, look, you can't have this here. You gotta move it. And then Standing Stone actually did something really cool to kind of ease our pain about it, is they actually made it into a housing decoration you could just buy for silver in the Bree vendor. Just go to the Bree vendor, buy a copy of Dwayne to put on your own lawn. It's so cool. I need to go this way. Floating fungus. You have Lotro but never play it. You think you should. What? It's unfortunate if they just recently did their own version of a gather your party code that would unlock like all content up to level 140, including expansions. So it's actually a better code than the one that we have for DDO.
And now you are wondering, why tell you all this?
I don't know, Vecna.
Why would a god of secrets reveal his own? The answer, of course, is because I want you to know who I am. I want you to understand what has become of you. I want you to see that you are mine.
You keep saying that, but you are not accurate, sir. did something a little while ago. If it was like in the past
Judging
few
from
months,
the temple's ornate construction and secure location,
there's a code called
this place
Explore
has been the
Our
seat
World.
of Kopru power on the Isle of Dread for a long, long time.
Okay, so this quest has a little bit of shenanigans with it. Is if you do not dispel these curses,
The curse of the vile tongue has been banished from this place.
you will
The curse of the broken body has been shattered.
occasionally
The
you'll
curse
see
of
the
the
sword over
assassin's
your
blade
head.
has been dispelled. You have
And-
arrived at the ruined temple at the heart of the Isle of Dread. This is where the Kopru use their magic to teleport the island to different planes. It's time to find the temple's master and reopen the way back to Eberron.
So this dispelling these curses makes this quest a ton easier, because periodically you'll see a thing appear, a sword appear over your head, and you have to actively block or you'll lose a ton of health. And if you were already getting low on health, it would kill you. So on hardcore, it's best to turn these off. And the benefit to leaving them on is more XP and 3 extra chests at the end. One of which I think contains named Lute. I'm not sure. I don't remember. I'm sacrificing the loot for the sake of survival. And now we're going to fight the entire dungeon. Not at once, though. Well, shit.
A magical barrier blocks the passage beyond this hall.
And this quest can get spicy even at the best of times. And I'm noting that I'm doing this on hard and already the fight's gotten a little spicy. To be fair, Drossheart's weak sauce anyhow, so... There's more of these guys and they hit harder on Elite. There's also a hidden door over here, I think. I'm guessing this is meant to be like a peephole, so you can see who's coming, because this is on the outer wall. Hi, Mama Cat, what are you doing? The other kitties are being weird. Uh-oh, we got a corrupted. Okay, it's a good thing I hadn't started that fight. For real. Alright, let's see what we get.
You would dance to hear some tune? Then die, fools!
Okay, we get the hag. The hag is not good. He's just going... Oh, he's got a heal. Ooh, spicy. Alright, so we're gonna get ourselves some good durability. So we're at 478. Now we're at 504. Hell yeah. We're now officially a quarter of the way there.
The Marauder chieftain shouts, "Protect the temple! Protect the ancient masters!" the death of the chieftain, the barrier in the back of this chamber fades.
Yoink. What are you doing, kitty catson? Alright. Oh, I've been cursed. I've been dispelled. And this is why you bring a cleric with you. You can see the floor is gonna collapse.
Floor crumbles into the depths below.
Oh. Crumbs. And when you have the curses going, if you left the curses on, half the time I always wound up getting the curse hit me when I was on this ladder, because this ladder is so tall. But there's a reason we'd want to do this jumpy McJump. In fact, I have a jump potion. I should use my jump spell. Whee! That is not how you work that. Ow. Oh, man. So there's a lot of people, a bunch of people who've already gotten their winter wings. They've gotten all of their loots filled. It's because they're running, you know, they're running big groups and they're running, you know, high level reapers or whatever. Oh, damn it! I can do this jump. I really can do this jump. I swear to goodness. But unfortunately, for slowpokes like me, I just have to take my time and just plod through, because I don't have the full group to run Reapers. I feel confident that I'll be able to complete all of the summer loots, because, hey, you don't die in those. Well, it doesn't matter if you die in those. It's just going to be a matter of sitting there and grinding.
As the door opens, the sound of chanting fills the halls. The witch doctor crumples to the ground.
And so half the time I cannot get a hireling to unlock this box. I don't know why. And reinforced robe of death block. Okay, that's actually a pretty nice item for a caster sort. Definitely hang on to that. Here's his time. Not enough time to do all the really, but you do what you can. You have summer, as you said, so you're happy with that. Everything else is gravy. Yeah. I haven't sat down to grind out the summer ones yet. And what my plan was to grind them out on Reaper, because I have a character that can survive on Reaper. My PDK Paladin. So I can speed through them on that character just grinding through. But the winter ones, right now this character has been doing the winter loots, and so far I did the Salt Marsh quest with the golden moat for this one. I haven't done any. This one requires Yesterhill. And this is the one that there's just no way I'm going to be able to do it until I get to level cap. I'm going to try it. Once I get to level cap and get all my hires and get everything, I'm going to try it with this character, if I'm still alive by then, and see what happens. But if not, I'll do the other character. This one, I actually don't care about the horns that much, but I did do the golden moat for that one. And I haven't done the one for the horse yet, because I think I forget where the horse and the horn ones are, but the wings are the ones that I want the most. If I only got one reward out of this entire event, it's the blue wings. Because I have mounts coming out my ears. I don't really need any more. In a minute. I got myself completely turned around. Need to go down here. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing about the summer ones. If you die, you still can get them. I mean, that's what the whole point of the winter ones. But the thing is, blue's my favorite color. So, of course...
You hear the sound of water dripping in the distance in this otherwise empty passage.
It's like... If you can get the hardcore wings, good luck. But what I wanted to avoid, at least in my case, is I wanted to avoid it to where that I got all the stuff I didn't really care about, and then it was scrambling and getting real stressed out about not being able to get all the stuff that I really wanted. So I'm going to get the thing that I really want first. At least have my best effort at it first. And then just save the grinding for when I'm stressed out and where I can say, you know what, I really don't need this. I really don't want this. I don't care. But everybody can pick whichever way works best for them, obviously. I don't think anybody necessarily needs to shrine yet.
A huge water weird emerges from the flooded chamber with a gurgling roar. The water weird loses cohesion and ebbs back into the water. As the chest opens, a section of the wall slides away, revealing a waterlogged passage. You notice a small target lever on the far
You
side
need to
of the
shoot
room,
that,
up
or
along
we
the
can do
edge
this.
of the ceiling.
Idlewild, no!
A swarm of rats leap out and attack. Rats swarm out of the opening as you approach.
Do. What's going on? Okay, time for the mud cavern. After we do this trap. And this is where it's gonna get spiciest. Just once we get down here. Get past these guys. Okay. This room can get spicy even on hard.
A wave of heat envelops you as you enter the mud-filled cavern. When the last orb shatters, the barriers in the mud-filled cavern fade.
Haha! Okay, this is where I have to be very careful to summon my hires in quickly. So we can all do the Shriney Mix Shrine. Hi, Mama Cat. What are you doing? I'm gonna grab Mama Cat. Mama Cat was being weird. Knocked my work trackball off the table. The muse did not shrine. Now can you shrine? There you go. Good lad. Actually, it doesn't look like Faden shrined either. Okay, let's get spicy.
As you walk down the tunnel, you feel as if a malevolent presence is watching you.
Just make sure I don't run out of I like how they do the sand people thing, the Tusken Raider thing. That's always pretty hot. Transmutation cookies.
The statues here radiate an almost palpable malice.
So one thing about running this on hard is you see the thing up there, the trap. You don't have as many traps on hard as there are on elite. But there is a trap here on elite, or on hard. We'll take care of it here in a minute, as soon as we get clear these guys out. Okay. Thankfully, we've got a trapper with us! Yay! There's another one. Joss Hart, you dumbass.
Your sense of a malignant presence grows ever stronger as you travel deeper into these tunnels.
Okay, that's the first time I've actually seen the crest here in the middle of the water. It's not in the middle of nowhere. Normally it's in these two rooms. Like the room here and the room here. So that's new. Where is the crest? There should have been a second crest. Let me go back to this first room. Because it would have been in here. Oh, there it is. So both times these were not in places I'm used to seeing them. Tail, get out of the way. Get out of the way, you little pterodactyl. Oh, it sounds like the city finally is running the plow.
The floor shifts slightly, and then
Ooh.
collapses.
I got fortunate here. I had forgotten that this one actually had the... That one got a little bit spicier than I would have liked, for sure.
A voice echoes through the tunnels.
So close now. Come to me, my thralls.
Thrall, where's Jaina? So these other two rooms are just basically, you know... It's like, well, you want a collectible? You can have a collectible. I think some... Well, they can't be rooms that they're gonna hide crests in because... the crest... The portal is behind us. But I think this is all that's in this room as well. It's just a little extra room. Oh, there we go. Is that my ransack? That was Vandal. Well, I'll at least get a little something something. Alright, let's complete the Isle of Dread, shall we?
The water in the chamber churns as the Kopru matron leaps out.
Such fine specimens the Whispered One has brought to me. You will make excellent thralls.
You notice I'm totally spamming my heal.
Vecna, why did you not come? Why did you not protect the Kopru? We made a bargain.
And so this chapter ends. The Kopru met their inevitable fate. You have achieved your goal. I have achieved mine. When first I learned of you, I decided...
As the last orb is destroyed, the barrier encircling the monolith vanishes.
And yes, this was a test. For my purposes, I need someone with not just strength, but also wiles, versatility, determination. In other words,
Blah, blah,
someone
blah, blah,
utterly
blah, blah, blah.
unlike the ineffectual, depleted guardians of this temple. You passed my test by exterminating
Good job,
the
me.
troublesome Kopru. Thus,
Yay.
you become one of my chosen.
Judging from the temple's ornate construction and secure location, this place has been the seat of Kopru power on the Isle of Dread for a long, long time.
Okay. I want to see what other level 7 quests I might want to do before I turn in the saga. I will, however, turn in this particular quest. See, here's another... I think Monoflare went to bed, but this is basically an example of another Dwayne. Solo FH, oh no! At level 5. I think on some level what people are doing is they're just basically trying to go too hard, too fast. But that do be what it do be. Hello, you. What do we got? My guild is actually close to dinging. Oh, we are so close to dinging. Level 8, 15-8. Physical sheltering. Physical sheltering versus fortification, and I only have 55 fortification to begin with. I definitely need to get just a fort item of some kind. However, I'm going to take this. Constitution 4. Ooh. That might actually be a good choice. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. And we're gonna equip our newfound piece of gear. That way, if I need to, what else did I have that was giving me death block? Actually, that was the thing giving me death block, so... Alright, that worked out. And now I can get the quest out of the... Now I should be able... Well, I could turn in your quest now. Hi, skittish kitty. Oh man, we are a smidge away from getting thing. Okay, let's go take a look at our quests. Let me go see what time it is. Still got a little bit of time to do something new. Half an hour. So, other 7s that I might want to do. The Tide Turns is fun. Don't really care about Through the Told You With, it takes too long. Tame the Flame. Storm the Beaches can fuck right the hell off. It's not so bad on Heroic, but... no. The Pit, no. One damn thing after another, nope. Hungry Girl. So, Greyland Stand. The Grey Moon quest can go kiss my ass. Free Delera. The Black Lock is fun. I like the Black Lock. Bargain of Blood is also fun. So there's no real other level 7 quests I really want to do in terms of... Because the unfortunate reality is the House D quest chain, you have to do it in order, which sucks. And they don't have a skip quest option for it. It's an older saga in that regard. I don't think you can skip it because you have to go... No, I don't think you can skip it. So at this point, since there aren't any level 7s that I really need to take, let's go take level 11 and start working on the 8s, which means we're gonna go do the Lamortia and Delera 8, or the last quest of the Delera chain. So yeah, let's take level 11, and then I'll do the last quest of the Delera's chain. And then means I will get my Delera's 5% XP little trinket. And then we will start going Lamortia. There's a shit ton of level 8 quests now. Oh hell, Fall of the Forbidden Temple is a level 8 quest. I forgot that. Yeah. Wow, there are a ton of level 8s. Ooh, White Plume Mountain at level 9. That's gonna be hot. I like White Plume Mountain. We're not gonna do Threnol. We're not gonna play with Beholders. At level 9. Okay. Let's go take a look at my build. Level 9 is my last favorite soul level. Ahoy hoy! I have to tell you, kids, just being somebody who grew up in the country, that's not how you roast a deer. Just saying. Oh. Let's go find the favorite soul trainer. Okay. Level 11. I'm gonna get my energy absorption cold. Very handy for Lamortia. Just in time for Lamortia. Concentration 3, diplomacy 2, heal 2, jump 1. So, concentration 3, 1, 2, 3. Diplomacy 2, 1, 2. Heal 2, and jump 1. And again, energy absorption cold, perfect for Lamortia. And then I must train a spell. Level 2 spell. It recommends resist energy. I already have lesser resto. And I get to spend some action points. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Now, we're done with our favorite soul tree. We're done with our Harper Agent tree. Now what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to work on getting this. Because this will be the end of our assassin tree. So this one is basically 41 Inquisitive, 8 Beacon of Hope, 12 Harper Agent, 8 Assassin, and 11 Deepwood Stalker. I haven't even put any points of Deepwood Stalker yet. The main thing for Deepwood Stalker is to get this. But let's finish out our assassin stuff. So, tier 1 Venom Blades, 3 ranks, a tier 1 of Stealthy. Sneaky, sneaky. And then I could just fill this out. Boom, boom, boom. And so, going forward, all my points are going to go into Inquisitive or into Deepwood Stalker. Alright. Let's go. I'm going to go to the guild airship real quick because I need to go buy some new hirelings. And I'll renew my guild buffs while I'm up there. Anywho. You can tell that somebody has me on ignore in the official Discord when I post, you know, here's someone's green on Shadow Day as of an hour ago, and then immediately somebody posts the same exact damn thing 45 minutes later. It's like, show me that you're actually having me on ignore without telling me you got me on ignore, buddy. Gotta love it. Come on. The guild airships have been a little bit squirrely of late. Pardon me. Alright, we finally get to move on to Terps Malone. Alright, 11 hires. So level 11. We've got Arkin, who can do heal, cure moderate wounds, mass, raise dead, DV. Solid choice there. Our other choice, I always look at the favorite souls as well. So Roshan can do cure serious, raise dead, dispel magic, and resto. I think I would rather go with having Arkin having 2 different heals. And I probably have some in my... I'm gonna go over here. We're gonna use... I wish this wouldn't chime so much. It does actually drive me bananas after a while. I've got some freaking points. Alright. Make that go away. Okay. Talk to me. Talk to me! Alright. We're gonna drop this in here. Gonna drop that in there. 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 Alright, let's grab this. No, I didn't want the Warhammer. Actually meant that. And meant that. Alright. Okay. We'll add Faden back in. I wish I understood how they stacked these guys. It makes no damn sense to me. See, there's another Arkin. I'll bring Arkin out since I already have an Arkin. Since I was using him. Alright. Let's get these back in here. Get that in there. Get that in there. Hi, Scamper Butt. I do need to keep an eye out for how much crap I have here. That's one of the downsides. I actually had my shared storage under control, and now I don't. Hey, Fofford. How you doing? I'm only going to be doing one more quest tonight because I've been streaming already for a few hours. We're getting close to 3 hours. We're going to run the last of the Delera's chain. And gotta have a little bit of fun with that. Alright. Let's go to House Jurasco. Let's go talk to the captain. You're doing great. About to stress you're doing solo winter loots. Well, I'm doing solo winter loots. Well, let me ask you this. What difficulty are you running them on? Because I'm running on hard. And even a couple of places in Isle of Dread, Fall of the Forbidden Temple, even with the curses turned off, it got a little spicy. So, yeah. It's for the cloak. Oh. Solo Reaper. That's... Good luck. I have a character, I use Strimtom's Dwarf Vanguard build and made that, but I haven't done anything with the character. I'm literally considering spending 2 autos boxes on the character to get it to level cap. Because I have a heroic and an improved epic. Get the character to epic and then start the Reaper run. Because I have hirelings coming out my ears, and so I will have the, a full party of level 30 plus hires to run with me. And I'd be running with Rana, Albereth, because Albereth is greater than Bulwark. Don't listen to Cordo about that. The Feywild Muse. And probably Teal and the Shield Guardian. I don't feel good about Drawsheart. He's not a good hire. I think Darling, the Were-Rat, is not as good as Froggo is for trapping, even though she's a higher level. But beyond that, yeah. Alright, let's go do the last Delera quest. Because Hargo is a dick. It's the traps that are troubling you the most. Yeah. Which is why I'm playing a trapping character. And which is also why using an autos box and 2 of the autos boxes to jump past a lot of that means that I don't need to worry about trapping because I'll have Froggo do it. That's how I would roll. Alright. And then when you're on in winter at max level and you have all your hires to run with you, you can just pick and choose whatever quest you want to do. Because this is not a favor run, which is one thing that I really like about this event, and it lessens the amount of stress that I have. If only you could sweet talk Cordo, what would you want to sweet talk Cordo about? You don't want him to run with you. He'll get you killed. Oh, Big Cordo Daddy autos boxes? Yeah, he's not going to just hand out autos boxes. My nose is feeling wacky since I went and shoveled the snow earlier. And I have to shovel it again tomorrow. Because it probably stopped snowing about an hour ago. I'll probably do that on my lunch break at work tomorrow. Because I have a delivery coming at 4. Between 4 and 5. And I want to make sure the delivery person is able to get in. Get up to my porch. Kill the greater archie-skeletons first! Alright, we're good. You know, the news has made you appreciative of Victranium crafting? How so? I haven't really engaged with the Victranium stuff yet. I don't think this one has a trap box. I know that you can do it in Heroics, which you can't do in Isle of Dread crafting. Oh man, only a green moat? You putz. Kinda cheat me. Level 8 items you get tailored pretty good. Well, that's nice to know. Well, any durability I can get is any durability I can get. So we're going from 504. We actually got a corrupted moat earlier on, in Fall of the Forbidden Temple. So we went 504 to 509, so it's just 5 points. Bleh. Okay. Hold. Hold! Y'all stay here. Alright, let's get the hires dead. I don't care. Me first! The hires can die, I don't care. Okay, let's blow shit up. So I'm holding 12. I just noticed that. I am holding 12. So that's actually been pretty nice. Been able to stay 3 levels above the quests that I'm running. And I'm holding enough XP that I can just skip as many quests as, almost as many quests as I want. And just focus on doing the sagas. Which I need to go back and turn in the saga for Isle of Dread as well. I think somebody's been running over those things. That's summoning extra dudes. That's fine. I was going to do them anyway at some point. Yeah, they did these guys. Alright, let's do these guys. Now you can do these 2 wings in whichever order you want. I tend to do them I tend to do this one first. Because the one back there has a shrine, so if I can hold out long enough on this side, then life is good. Or you could just flip this lever and it turns it off. Oh, no, this lever opens the door. Hi, Scamper. Got a pet a kitty cat. It's a Scamper cat. Despite the fact that it's been snowing all day, I'm actually feeling hungry. So I might wind up getting some ice cream after the stream. Suck it! You sometimes miss snow. I don't mind snow as such because I don't generally go to many places. I do mind it when I have to be somewhere. When I have to go somewhere. Because folks in Ohio don't fucking know how to drive in snow. They can't drive in rain either, so you know. They can't just drive in general. Don't you know death in when you're looking at it? Nah, dog, it's all good. Isn't that supposed to open after a bit? There we go. Then we do the other wing. And the other wing has the shrine. And is yet another place where you want to be having a trapper with you. One of these days I'm going to take my main. I've actually decided to change which character is going to be my main. My original DDO character is still around. She has a few past lives. But I got my #1 favorite name of all time on a new character. Or rather, I got the name. And I decided to use it for my then Dragonborn two-handed fighter paladin who just mowed everything over. Well, I didn't want her to be Dragonborn anymore. I wanted her to be an Eladrin. Because I like elves. But I had to figure out how to make the two-handed fighter paladin build work with a... Let's find all these things. Oh. We'd already turned the trap off, suckers. I'm gonna send the Draw's Heart. You do it. Why? Because you can. Oh, there's the greenie. Always get those arcane skellies down first. They're the most dangerous. Alrighty. Let's go on back and beat the bad guy up. Except this is the shrine. I don't think we really needed to use the shrine. It's fine. Of course, we got to deal with the ambush. All right. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay. It's time to get out of here. I forget what the lever actually does. I think it opens up a dimension door. Or it does nothing. Fine. Now you butt. Alright, voice of the master time. Though it would be nice to get the epic voice of the master, but not yet. What I could do is grind Delera's on another character of any kind and get to here and then choose the epic voice. And it would be a Fae. It doesn't even matter if it's a Fae character or not. Yeah. Finally gonna get rid of that silver pocket watch from Saltmarsh. Yep, I will take it. Alrighty. Now we got our XP booster to go from here on out. Do that, and let's finish out. Let's make the recall thing do the thing. Okay. So we are done with Delera. And this character is now ready to go into... Chill of Ravenloft is going to be next. Because we're level 11 holding 12. So that means we're going to be doing level 8 quests. And that's Chill of Ravenloft. So that's kind of cool. I get to do the new expansion on a heroic character this time. I think I've only done it on legendary characters. Okay, let's go back up to the airship. We'll talk to the vendor, which is probably not what I intended to do, but not you. Oh, yeah. I was gonna turn in, the saga for yeah, let's go back to Isla Dread and turn in that saga real quick while I still have some XP holding. And again, the point isn't to run things on Elite or Reaper for this character. It is just to plod through and, you know, get my wings safe and easy. Okay, heal, move silently, guild renowned. There I am. Alright. We are GTG. Alright, it's time for me to get out of here. I appreciate y'all hanging out and being here. I will be on the DDO stream tomorrow. We're going to be playing something else in that different character. I'll probably play my Summer Lute character and play some Reaper, because it's fun to play Reaper on the official channel. Like, sometimes people give folks crap like, oh, you don't play on Reaper. I'm like, not everybody who plays the game plays on Reaper. It's kind of like last night, there was a new person in Discord, and there were people who were, like, throwing too much information at them too quickly, and they were getting overwhelmed. And so I kind of stepped in, and was like, yo, y'all need to slow your roll. Gotta let them walk and learn how to play the game before you start throwing things like multi-classing or running Reaper at them. Let them learn how to play the game on normal if they want to. Don't push them on to hard. Don't push them to elite. Push them. Let them figure out the game how they want to figure it out. And if they want to challenge themselves, they want to play on a higher difficulty, then guide them in that path. But don't start out with, you should run Reaper right out of the gate. Fuck that noise. Just don't. You know, people gotta be a little bit chill about that. Anyhow, it's time for me to go. Thanks for watching. Again, I'll be on DDO stream tomorrow night, and then on Monday night we'll be right back here. Okay? So toss me a follow if you haven't done already. If you feel the urge to subscribe, whatever. I don't really push that too much. I'm not a good streamer in that regard. If you like the content, you'll show up. And if you don't like the content, I ain't gonna fuss about it. It is what it is. Alright, thanks for watching. And if you know the drill, be good. If you can't be good at it. I will hopefully see you next time. Bye!